The dandy in the 19th century England and France, a transcultural phenomenon. Who's your dandy? We all have an initial understanding of the word as the dictionaries frame it, a man overly interested with his physical appearance. However, the dandy is a much more complex phenomenon that goes beyond physical adornment, challenging perceptions of class, gender, sexual preferences, identity, and the need of belonging in the 19th century. In my thesis, I'm following the dandy as a transcultural phenomenon that developed in the Channel Zone between the English social code of conduct and the French philosophical model. I'm trying to answer questions like where did the dandy appear? How did it evolve? What were the main points of discussion in the dandy's social assertion? How did the writers become dandy and what was on their agenda? But most importantly, I'm trying to identify the English and French influences in the creation of the dandy as a social figure and a transcultural phenomenon. It all starts with the dandy's homeland, England. The first dandy, George Beau Brummel, broke the ranks of aristocracy and brought the bourgeoisie in the spotlight through his deportment, mannerism, and wittiness. His social figure resulted from an elaborated process of creating an identity and staging a social performance. In his repertoire were included clothes, body posture, voice. As a demiurge, he created an overly theatrical being in his quest to belong to the same category for which he professed disdain, the aristocracy. Crossing the channel, the consumerist English dandy met the French bohemian who wanted to belong to the nouveau riche, the bourgeoisie. In his transit, the dandy developed under continuous process of cultural and literary exchanges between the English and the French, between the English social figure fathered by Brummel and the philosophical literary character created by Baudelaire. The dandy became a multifaceted medium of representation and appearance. The dandy was widely imitated, represented in books, and gained public attention, revealing the importance of media in everyday life. The newspaper contributed to the spread of the image of the social dandy as well as the dandy as a literary movement. Coming back on his homeland, Oscar Wilde reshaped the dandy and associated him to a new movement of freedom of expression and freedom of sexual preference, the queer movement. Why is the dandy a matter of actuality? Consumerism, rebellion, sexual preference, gender, identity, the need of belonging? There are still matters that concern us nowadays, and that is why the dandy is a transcultural phenomenon.